Are you as surprised as I was to learn that there's more baby boomers than millennials buying homes right now? Well, even if you don't care, it's still important. And in this video, we'll find out what has caused the shift and how the different generations approach home buying. Why is this a big deal? Because you'll see how the one thing that differentiates millennials from boomers is time, and how long-term thinking changes everything. Baby boomers have taken over as the largest percentage of home buyers and home sellers. For the first time in a decade, millennials don't account for the most buyers. I have to think the main reason for this change is the price of homes and the increase in interest rates. These two elements alone have sidelined a lot of buyers, and millennials as a group, they're taking a massive hit. Plus, the major increase in home values have benefited boomers big time. Accumulated home equity and cash reserves means if a millennial tried to compete with a boomer in a bidding war of any kind, millennials really didn't stand a chance. The National Association of Realtors, called NAR from now on, released its annual Generational Trends Report in March, showing boomers accounted for 39% of home buyers, a 10% increase from last year. Most boomers are repeat buyers who have gained equity recently, and they can parlay that into a retirement upgrade or move closer to friends and family. Millennials account for 28% of buyers. That's down from 43% in the 2021 generational report. According to a survey by Opendoor, the huge iBuyer company that seems to be on the verge of folding up, we'll have to see how that goes, half of millennials say they aren't sure they'll ever be a homeowner. The reasons? Rise in home prices, low income, poor credit, job, economic instability, outstanding debt. In fact, just 26% of buyers in the report were first-time home buyers. That's the lowest since NAR began tracking that data, and a significant decrease from 34% the year before. Millennials, whose age between 24 and 42, still account for the second biggest group of buyers. Gen X, people from 43 to 57, come in third with 24% of the home buying market. They're followed by Gen Z and the silent generations. That would be opposite ends of the spectrum. Not all boomers are downsizing. Some are upgrading their quality of life, and that puts them in direct competition with millennials. Millennials and working remotely or hybrid jobs, that seems to be all the rage now, means they can live further away from city centers and much more likely to be buying in the same neighborhoods boomers are looking at. Boomers remain the largest number of home sellers, accounting for over half. Millennials, they were just 18%. Gen X sellers, 20%. Gen X buyers had the highest median income of any of the generations, being at $144,000. Good for you. Gen Zs are coming to the market with the help of family. Some say gladly, because mostly are moving out of mom and dad's house. Older boomers and Gen Xers were the biggest share of multi-generational home purchasers. For those families where assisted care and nursing homes are out of reach, taking care of aging parents in a single home is often the best solution. 78% of home buyers finance their purchase, and NAR says older buyers are less likely to need financing. Recently, mortgage rates have been bouncing between 6 and 7%. What's interesting is when rates drop just a bit, say to 6.5 or less, buyers, they seem to come out of the woodwork. When they rise above that level, buyers disappear. I believe that as soon as rates stabilize somewhere in the low sixes, maybe a bit below, and if inflation continues to cool, the millennials, they'll be buying for the home buyer top spot pretty quickly. Pent-up home buyer demand created by interest rates just out of reach and teasing would-be home buyers will make itself known just as soon as the economy settles into a little less turbulent time. One word of caution would be if demand spikes too much and supply stays as low as it is, prices could start to rise again. We're in a moment in time where the housing market balancing act is on full display. An important lesson that could be learned from baby boomers taking over is this. Long-term real estate as an investment does really, really well. Remember that many, if not most, baby boomers bought a house when interest rates were in the teens. Yes, houses were less expensive then, but the paychecks, they were much smaller too. It was scary for them back then, just like it can be scary for first-time home buyers today. More than 75% of baby boomers own their own home, and it's safe to say that most, if not all of them, have benefited from that. Owning a home is more than just a financial investment. It's a symbol of stability, independence, and community that helps people build their lives and achieve their dreams. If you like this video, tell a friend. Give it a like to help me spread the word, and subscribe so you know when the next one drops. As always, I appreciate you and your time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.